Hey, ladies and gentlemen, there's a country singer that used to be a rock singer that's now a country singer. Go figure. Hootie and the Blowfish did that too. Darius Rucker, but Aaron Lewis, for those who don't know him, he made a song. He wrote a song, and it's a very good song. Not everybody likes country music, and I'm not asking you to enjoy country music, but I am going to ask you to listen to the lyrics. I'm going to play it as the intro to the podcast. I'm demonetized everywhere, and YouTube refuses to monetize me, so it's not like it's going to get pulled from monetization, since I'm not expecting to make any money. So I would at least appreciate you guys appreciating me putting my neck out there by taking a couple minutes and listening to this song before we hit the intro and we go into the podcast. Happy 4th of July, guys.
Am I the only one here tonight, shaking my head and thinking something ain't right? Is it just me? Am I losing my mind? Am I standing on the edge of the end of time? Am I the only one? Tell me I'm not. Who thinks of taking all the good we got and turning it bad? Hell, I'll be damned. I think I'm turning into my old man. Am I the only one willing to bleed or take a bullet for being free? Screaming what the hell at my TV for telling me, yeah, you're telling me that I'm the only one willing to fight for my love of the red and white and the blue, burning on the ground. Another statue coming down in a town near you, watching the threads of old glory come undone. Am I the only one not brainwashed, making my way through the land of the lost, who sees it as it is and worries about his kids as they try to undo all the things he did? Am I the only one who can't take no more screaming? If you don't like it, there's a frickin' door. This ain't the freedom we've been fighting for. It was something more. Yeah, it was something more. Am I the only one willing to fight for my love of the red and white and the blue, burning on the ground? Another statue coming down in a town near you, watching the threads of old glory come undone. Not the only one. I can't be the only one. Am I the only one who quit singing along every time they play a Springsteen song? Am I the only one sitting here, still holding on, holding back my tears for the ones who paid with the lives they gave? God bless the USA. I'm not the only one willing to fight for my love of the red and white and the blue, burning on the ground. Another statue coming down in a town near you, watching the threads of old glory come undone. I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one.
So, I don't think I'm the only one either that gets a little teary-eyed listening to that song. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 164 of the American Reveille podcast, and I know we can all relate to that feeling like everything is coming apart, ladies and gentlemen, but I have good news for you on this glorious Independence Day. We are far from falling apart. In fact, we have just begun to fight. We're devolving, ladies and gentlemen. We are, as the song put it, coming undone. The poison of critical race theory and the power of the elites that seek to benefit from the destruction of the individual American have crept into every crack and crevice of the American society. This 4th of July, I aim to enlighten you in exchange for a little bit of your precious time, your most important commodity, and to be clear, by most important and most valuable commodity and currency, we are talking about, again, your time. This is episode 164 of the American Reveille podcast. Happy Independence Day. I'm James Lane, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this episode while closing in on a very, very, very serious note. And before we do that, I want to just say real quick for those who are longtime listeners, if you are wondering why I sound different, I've been ill and sick for like 10 days. That's why we haven't had podcasts coming out. That's why we haven't had a lot of announcements. I've literally been in bed for 10 days. And because I was sick, and it wasn't COVID, so get off me, but because I was sick, I'm not trying to extend my voice. And so that gives me a chance to try out some different methods and see if people like it a little bit better. So with that, I want to talk about the song that we played before I rolled the intro. And so for some context, that was Aaron Lewis. And I'm going to blow your mind if you're getting old like me, and I'm 36. I want to take you back to the Family Values Tour from Biloxi, Mississippi, back in good old 1999. And did you ever think you'd miss 1999? I didn't either. But that was Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, you know, the guy who did it all for the Nookie, and Aaron Lewis from a band that plays in the soundtrack of my first year of high school, Stained. And if you don't remember him yet and only know him from the country music scene, then sit back and enjoy the trip, because if you are anything like me, you're about to time travel. I want you to check out this music video, and if you didn't remember before, this is really going to jog your memory, and then you're going to go, what the hell? That guy became a country singer and is now influencing pop culture today, beating out Taylor Swift on the charts as of today with the song that you heard playing on the intro. That is not a lie. That is the truth. Look it up. This is Aaron Lewis from Stained, and the song is Outside. I feel old already. Okay, I can't. I've got to stop this with Fred Durst talking. Look, not everything was perfect in 1999, especially not Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, Stained, or Creed. Oh, but man, oh man, it sure was a hell of a lot better than today. It really was, you know. I had a conversation with my best friend the other day, and I asked him point blank if he would have ever thought it would be our generation that would have to save the country. And at many other points in history, he would have laughed at the very notion of something so egotistical and self-righteous. But at this point in history, his laugh was that of a kind of nervous agreement. And, you know, I want to put out a couple bullet points from 1999, just for shits and giggles. So those folks a little bit older than me remember Y2K and everybody with a few dollars panicking in 1999. I kind of remember that too. I didn't have many dollars, but I do remember, and this is going to be a little silly, but I do remember watching the debut of Y2J Chris Jericho in the World Wrestling Federation. And while everybody was watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I was watching everyone around me become Blink-182 fans blankly, wondering what's my age again. Oh, I wrote that in there too. Ugh. In one of my first acts of rebellious freedom, I made sure to download as many Metallica songs as possible through Napster just to spite Lars Ulrich. Some people know what I'm talking about. Many of you did the same thing. This is 1999 I'm talking about. And why do I mention so much pop culture? I feel like pop culture defined that year. I feel like as that stage of my life was happening, those were my worries. And I don't think I'm alone in that feeling, at least in my age group. Remember, I said I'm 36. So things were not perfect in the world. Things were happening. Bill Clinton was acquitted during his impeachment. Owen Hart died falling off the rafters in Kansas City, Missouri. So look, pro wrestling was really popular in 1999. At least in my house it was. Korn, you remember Korn? Limp Bizkit, Stained, old school Eminem, not this new woke Eminem, the Backstreet Boys, and Britney Spears. You know, I used to wonder about the miracles of the future. And now, like many of you, I long for the past. So, in the spirit of the past and inspired by individual liberty, I decided to stop being a lazy jackass and actually write the 4th of July episode that you're hearing now, that you're watching now, because I believe it is important. Not because I didn't believe the others weren't important. I've just been so friggin' busy that maybe, just maybe, I lost sight a little bit. But I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the future is in our hands. So I have a strange long shot theory, something that has a 0.000000001 chance of ever happening, but I figure with everything that's transpired over the last few years, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if the Loch Ness Monster was real and aliens run the government. And if we wait a couple more years, it'll just be illegal aliens running the government, and that will come true. But anyway, I'm going to read you an article about Britney Spears. That's where we're going with this. And then I'm going to try and convince you of a teeny tiny possibility that through her struggle, this is a small possibility, she could somehow wake up this country and help cleanse the rest of the Washington swamp. Though I do not expect this to happen, I did find it fun to think about, and at the end, this will all lead to a greater point. So I call this next section of the show, Britney the Uniter. Hey folks, how you guys doing? Just a couple quick suggestions here. Go to getter.com. That's GETTR.com and follow me there. I'd really appreciate it. That's at James Lane, JAMESLANE. It's this great new platform that one of the advisors, I think the top advisor to President Trump, has created. It seems to be a really great place, and I'm trying to grow my community there as well. So for all of you fans of the American Reveille, I would really appreciate it if you'd head to Getter, GETTR.com. Find me there at James Lane and follow along. It seems to be a great place so far. It feels like Parler felt before they upgraded it and made it really crappy, right? Like none of us like Parler now. Parler is really crappy. I really wish they'd do a better job, but all those improvements really made it suck. But this Getter app, this Getter site, gettr.com, it really feels like Parler used to feel, and I really enjoy it. I do. Also, if you could, just another suggestion, do me a favor, head over to gab.com/American_Reveille. I really love the Gab platform as well. It's another great place to find some alt social media where the Facebook and Twitter police can't come and get you. But Gab is great. I really enjoy them. That's at American_Reveille. A lot of people confuse the spelling. Reveille means it's like a wake up call, guys. And I really love how it sounds, American Reveille. So I'm not going to change the name of the company, the trademarked name, mind you. But do me a favor, American_Reveille, just in case, REVEILLE, so that you know how to spell it from here forward. See it right there on the screen. REVEILLE. That's American_Reveille. You'll find me on most platforms under that name. And you can always go on the top there. There's a little button that says TV. Go to Gab TV. That's another alternate platform to YouTube. I've told you about Odyssey and Rumble and some of the other ones, but Gab TV is particularly fantastic. They have a great algorithm. My videos get around well there. The last videos we did at 400 plus views, and I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching already on Gab TV, I greatly appreciate you following along. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're viewing this, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It might be an upvote. It might not be a like button, but do the right thing. Give me those kudos, please. Hit the share button. I need you to talk about what we're doing and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. All right. Please do me a favor by supporting our sponsor, Life Change Tea. Guys, Life Change Tea is this amazing cleanse product. All right. I've been drinking this every day for a couple months now. The pomegranate flavor is the one that I'm hooked on right now. But let me tell you something, guys. This Life Change Tea over at getthetea.com, it has this blend of herbs. All right. I don't know what they are, but they are fantastic. I've actually lost like 20 pounds just from drinking this. It's no BS. I'm not blowing smoke. I've been drinking this for like 3 months now, and I've lost literally like 20 pounds. It's helped me go to the bathroom. It's been very gentle. You steep the tea. All right. You let it sit there for a bit. Then you put in a pitcher with a gallon. You drink a glass or two a day. It does the trick, nice and gentle. And I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't believe in the product, guys. So check it out. All right. They've got so many reviews. It's mind boggling. You can check it out at getthetea.com, getthetea.com. All right. Fantastic American-made product. Getthetea.com. Use promo code JAMES, JAMES, and get yourself free shipping and handling. I've said it before. I'll say it again. With Joe Biden's crazy inflation, the cancellation of pipelines, the restriction of our energy infrastructure, and the restriction of hard-working blue-collar Americans to do their actual job. The gas prices have skyrocketed across this country, skyrocketed. So shipping is expensive as hell. So when you're using that promo code James, you're getting one hell of a deal. All right, you're getting one hell of a deal by getting free shipping and handling, because the price of shipping right now is astronomical. All right, guys, go to getthetea.com, GETTHEA.com. Use promo code James, get free shipping and handling. I really appreciate you guys supporting our sponsors. I want to take a moment to read this article to you from Fox 5, ladies and gentlemen. It's Reps Green and Gates invite Britney Spears to testify before Congress about conservatorship. All right. This article is important. It means something. When we talk about this theory I have next, it's going to tie in, and you need to hear about it. Even if you think you already know, You don't. So let's read and then let's go forward. All right. This is by Fox 5 Atlanta. This was published the other day. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 members of Congress, including Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia and Rep. Matt Gaetz of Florida, have invited pop icon Britney Spears to testify before Congress. Quote, "You've been mistreated by America's legal system. We want to help." It reads the opening letter. All right. It reads, dated June 30th, its address to Spears, posted to the Florida Republicans' website. Quote, "The United States Congress should hear your story and be inspired to bipartisan action. What happened to you should never happen to any other American. Congress can make things better, and you can inform our policy decisions. If you will speak to Congress, we're ready to listen." Did you ever think that you would hear about Britney Spears being invited to Congress? It's a very strange thing that's happening, isn't it? It's a very strange thing that's going on in this country, but it's something that I have been predicting, and it's something we'll keep talking about after we read a little bit more. Spears on Wednesday. She lost her battle to have her father removed from his role as conservator of her estate, despite widespread public support and an impassioned plea to the court last week. Spears' court-appointed lawyer, that's a problem, Sam Ingram, asked the court to replace Jamie Spears with the Bessemer Trust, currently a co-conservator, according to TMZ. Ingham had hinted at the move last week after rare public remarks from the singer, who asked if her statements to a Los Angeles courtroom could be shared publicly. In the address to the court, she described her father, Jamie Spears, as abusive, as bullying. "I shouldn't be in a conservatorship." This is a quote. "If I can work and provide money and work for myself and pay other people." She told Judge Brenda Penny, quote, "It makes no sense." Does that make sense? Does it make sense that if you can pay people, you can make money, forced to make money, pay people, make a living, and other people are living off that living, and you have no choice in the matter? If you are 100% disabled and you are considered so incapable of making decisions someone else has to make them for you, how are you allowed to work? I don't think that makes much sense. And so Britney Spears doesn't either. She said she currently works constantly. She's surrounded by an entire staff on her payroll, but isn't even allowed to control her own fortune. Quote, "What state allows people to own another person's money and account and threaten them in saying, you can't spend your money unless we do what we want you to do?" She asked the judge, and I'm paying them, right? So she's saying that she's being forced to follow certain rules and to go along with certain things and to do certain things, or she will not be allowed to touch her money, spend time with her kids. Trust me, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. It says Jamie Spears has been in control of his daughter's $60 million fortune since 2007. She also accused her conservators of preventing her from removing a contraceptive device. Whatever happened to that My Body, My Choice stuff, ladies? Everybody should be up in arms about this. Jamie Spears has since contended in court papers filed late Tuesday that Spears' comments in court last Wednesday, quote, "made a number of serious allegations regarding how she has been treated during the conservatorship and raised serious concerns about her ongoing care." Asking for a court to review the paperwork. And this is a copy, a digital copy of this letter that was sent to Miss Britney Spears. This is a big deal, all right? And the letter continues, all right? This letter, like we said, from Matt Gaetz, from Marjorie Taylor Greene, from Burgess Owens, from Andy Biggs, it continues with, quote, "We've been following your conservatorship battle with deep concern. We could see the struggle and torment that you were enduring. We could see the obvious financial, emotional, and psychological abuse at the hands of your conservators. Quote, the federal courthouse door was closed to you and to too many Americans. Your story is so powerful, and the admiration of your achievements so great, and perhaps only you can blow that door wide open, giving hope to millions. Your life, liberty, and happiness have been taken from you. Please take advantage of the empowerment that public congressional testimony can unlock. Quote, you owe nothing to anyone. You deserve to live a life of freedom and to choose your own path. Many others have used their fame to to advance social, political, and criminal justice reform. We hope you will choose to accept our invitation to express your interest in speaking to Congress and to America for the sake of the justice you and many Americans deserve. Your life story and tremendous performing talent has continued to inspire people all over the world. We stand ready for your reply. We hope that you will express interest in sharing your story. Quote, we stand with you, Brittany, whatever you decide. Hashtag Free Brittany. No, it doesn't say hashtag Free Brittany, but this is very serious. This was signed again by Representative Biggs, Representative Owens, Representative Green, and Gates. It says no word from Spears or the representatives on if Spears plans to accept the invitation. But folks, she really should. You know, I was joking around with a friend the other week and I said, wouldn't it be funny if Britney Spears went to Congress with her case and somehow brought sensibility back to this country? What do I mean? Many of us don't agree on many issues, yet most of us agree that, at the very least, most people should be allowed to pursue happiness how they want, as long as it's in their own space and not in mine, not in yours. The big disagreement between cultures in this country can literally be broken down in a very, very simple way. Who gets what percentage of pursuit of happiness in this country compared to another? At least that's what the elites want you to think. The truth is that there are so many people in this country at so many different income levels that the media and big tech have a very easy time manipulating you, manipulating cultures, manipulating subcultures against each other based upon their belief of what or who gets what percent of freedom and happiness. But lately, people of all income levels, people who don't normally relate to one another, they found it very difficult to disagree about the individual rights and liberties of Britney Spears. Now, Britney is not someone who seems educated on politics, and she's been known to spout off pro-left-wing talking points from time to time. But that isn't the point. You have to ask yourself a question, which, if you don't agree with the answer, means you may be a socialist. So the question is as follows. If you earn $60 million and happen to be a little eccentric or even a tad bit crazy, and you make money and you pay people and you work, do the same people of the world, the same people, do they get to come force you into modern day serfdom? Do they get to come tell you what to do, to come take your money, your freedom, your life? This is a question that affects the entire spectrum of the right, from libertarian to conservative, and even speaks to the few moderate Democrats hiding out in the shadows, folks. So again, if you don't believe in the importance of these questions, and you don't think or care about it happening to you, then you're most likely a socialist, or a radical, or a radical socialist. Look, things are starting to get very confusing for regular people. This is true. Everything I'm about to say is true. Biological male athletes identifying as females and ungrateful America haters, they're allowed to compete in the Olympics, while a toke of weed gets you disqualified, even if you just found out that your mother passed away. Radical trans males attacking women in front of a Los Angeles spa. For women. Apparently, it's okay now to hit a woman if you identify as a woman, but are a man. Elected Democrats calling for the death of Israel. Gas prices shooting to over $4 a gallon. If you're in the flyover states, I'm not lying. I'm in Washington State, and I paid well over $4 for regular just yesterday, folks. Just yesterday. Bill Cosby goes free. Opens the door to Harvey Weinstein going free, opens the door to Ghislaine Maxwell going free. All kinds of things are going to come out of what happened with Cosby and how it was prosecuted. I mean, You can only spray paint a turd and call it gold for so long. People are starting to see the bullshit for what it is. And what it is that stuff is falling apart. Literally falling apart. Did you know that apparently Britney Spears' dad used to parade around the house proclaiming, "I am Britney Spears," after he was awarded conservatorship? They force her apparently to work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, under the threat that if she doesn't, she won't be allowed to see her children or her boyfriend. To know that this could happen to someone in the United States is something that's so shocking that it wakes people up to the reality that patriots like you and I have seen for a long time now. So, as an exercise in visualization, I want you to imagine for a moment Britney Spears accepts the invitation and speaks before Congress. Miss Spears then proceeds to give a riveting speech, which reminds people about how delicate their freedoms actually are. Constructs of wokeness and critical race theory across the United States begin to crumble as people decide they won't put up with it anymore. They're just not going to take it. 2022 rolls around and the Democrats, they lose the House. They lose the Senate to dozens and dozens and dozens of new, fresh-faced patriots ready to do the right thing for the people of the country, ready to fight. The moms and dads speaking out at school board meetings, they multiply exponentially. Some companies facing bankruptcy amid mass boycotts, they begin to abandon their woke ways while others go down with the ship. Bye-bye. Yes, things do get a little tense for a bit as the elites pulling the strings turn up the heat on us. Cybercrime's going to increase, riots increase, inflation increases. A big crash could even occur with millions fleeing from traditional currency to gold, silver, and crypto once again, at least once again for gold and silver, crypto, the new frontier, something to talk about on another show altogether. States across the country solidify their local voting laws, ensuring accuracy, ensuring accountability, ensuring integrity. 2024 rolls around, and lo and behold, the story gets even stranger. We've held them off long enough, and ladies and gentlemen, the new and reigning 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. I'd also take Ron DeSantis. We'll have to see what happens. Anyway, he comes in and fires every head of intelligence out there. You're fired. All of you, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. F you all, you're all fired. No more playing around this time. The big agencies are cleaned up, and the heads of Antifa, the heads of BLM, the heads of all these Marxist organizations, they're arrested as the organization and woke nightmare fizzles away into the memories of a dissident American past. We see Fox breaking news coverage one morning of a raid on the Clinton estate and their subsequent night vision arrest. Oh, what grand memes we will have. Okay, everybody, wake up. Wake up. Could this happen? Sure. Am I saying this will happen? No, not at all. It's just something to imagine, something to fantasize about, something to think about. I just wanted to take you on a trip, and I took you on this trip back to 1999 and enlightened you to the plight of Britney Spears using the song Am I the Only One by Aaron Lewis, played at the beginning of this podcast to set you up for a question. A simple question, ladies and gentlemen. And that question is, are you free? I'll say it again. Are you free on this Independence Day? Are you free? Think about it. Let me know. Hey, folks, can you do me a favor? I'd really appreciate it if you'd head over to MeWe. That's MEWE.com. And you can find me there at American_Reveille. That's right, at American_Reveille. It's very, very simple. That's REVEILLE. That's MeWe.com. MEWE.com. You can find it below in the description section. I'm really trying to get you guys to get on as many alt tech platforms as possible. You never, ever know when I will disappear from one or another. I'm already shadow banned everywhere you look. And just to suggest another alternate platform, I've suggested Odyssey. I've suggested Gab TV to you, but I'm also on Rumble. I'd really like to see more people coming to find me on Rumble. You can go there. That's rumble.com, rumble.com. And I'm there just like I'm everywhere else. And that is American Reveille, AmericanReveille. All right, please subscribe, follow along, and hit me up on Rumble. Okay, guys, for some reason, they don't put you in the algorithm unless people from an outside source come and find you, okay? Or it takes them way too long to monetize it. I don't know how it is, all right? But Rumble has really shown a weak presence, and I'd like to see more people checking me out there. So if you could do me that favor, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, that's American Reveille, Reveille, on Rumble.com. You can find that below, of course, below in the description section. And if you could head over to AmericanReveille.com. All right, AmericanReveille.com, ReveilleE.com. You can check everything out there. We've had a new website in the making for a long time. I do apologize. It's been a very difficult time transitioning over, getting things updated. We've had a lot of inflow and outflow, a lot of turnover, people coming and going. So, things have been delayed, but the old website is just as good. It's up and running. It's hot and heavy. You can check me out there, AmericanReveille.com. I would like to ask you two favors. All right. One, hit the sign up tab right there and sign up for the American Reveille newsletter. Every week, I'll let you know the different articles, blogs, the different podcasts that came out, and we'll even send you a monthly update to what we're doing with the company, different things that are coming out. We'll never bother you. We'll never solicit you for anything crazy, any money or anything like that. We just want to inform you of what we are doing. So I would greatly appreciate it. Sign up for the newsletter at AmericanReveille.com, or just go in the description section below and hit the little button that says newsletter, right, guys? And if you really, really, really love what we're doing, and you've already liked and subscribed and followed along, and you're already looking on social media, and you'd like to be a part of what we're doing, and you would love to help us out, please go to the tab up top that says support us. It's also in your description section below. There's an option to give us a couple different types of cryptocurrencies, or you can click that button that says support us. A little tab will come up, and you can donate $1 amount to the American Reveille, and we'll put every red penny of that right into the American Reveille so we can expand our operation. We greatly appreciate it. We need your help. I have been running this thing out of my bank account, and I am running low on funds. All right. I'm doing everything I can to support the company, but we do need your help. So if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, greatly, greatly appreciate it. And of course, we need your help. All right. We could always use your help. I need folks that are good at WordPress. I need folks that are good at growing communities, social media folks that can help me build the American Reveille into a large, expansive community. If you have experience with that, please hit me up, James Lane at AmericanReveille.com. We are trademarked. We are an LLC. I am always looking for bloggers. I'm always looking for writers, always looking for new talents. If you have a podcast or you have a different show, something that you're trying to get across on YouTube, but you're shadow banned and nobody's seeing it, and you want to get under the American Reveille umbrella, we want to build, grow, and expand. All right, guys. So get a hold of us. This is an opportunity to get in on the ground floor level. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to grind at this thing till it explodes. James Lane at AmericanReveille.com. In the meantime, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this episode. I want to thank you so much for watching this clip, this publication, whichever way you are viewing, whether you're watching, whether you're listening, however you got a hold of us. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of the American Reveille family, and I will see you next time. Bye.